Okay, guys. So we're gonna play some Notch, the Innocent LunA Eclipsed SinnerS today. It's by let me go back to the site. It is a Angel's Blue digital entertainment game. This will be another visual novel along the psychological horror route. Seems to be very similar to Doki Doki. So we're gonna try this and see what happens. So I can just leave my chat there. I can do that this way. Alright. So we're gonna start the game. Select alpha episode. Can you tell me your family name? We'll go with Sutek. Confirm. What is your given name? Mentos. And this game's $10 for anybody curious. It's actually an older game, so the story is fictional. Please treat it as a fantasy show. Any resemblances to any organizations or persons is purely coincidental. The sky is dark, the wind roars as fierce rain pours down. That could just be the rain in the show, by the way. Okay. The heavy rain can be heard far and wide, evoking a feeling of sadness. A black cloud is creeping its way along the dark sky. It spreads far and wide as if it were as if it is devouring everything. I thought that might be the sound you guys were hearing, because to me it sounds kind of like a buzzy feedback for the rain sound that I'm hearing. The heavy rain spatters the forest near the town. It's midnight. The distant town and the forest are all shrouded in uncomfortable silence. A mysterious visitor breaks the silence a while later. A blurred figure appears in the distance amongst the dense water mist. Thin steps can be heard in the heavy rain. A man in a black outfit is walking towards the depths of the forest. The forest seems to have a guest tonight. He probably wants to remain unknown as he's wearing black all over. A giant stuffed bag is on his back. The corners of the bag sag greatly, suggesting that something heavy is inside. The man in black walks quite slowly. I'm getting tongue-tied. He doesn't seem to be bothered by the giant bag. He advances slowly. Some liquid is dripping out of the bag. Even on a dark night, the liquid is clearly visible. The liquid's color is totally different from the transparent and pure water. There must be something unusual inside the bag. Wherever he passes by, a distinctive trail is left. To this forest immersed in darkness, the man in black is no stranger. The heavy rain and muddy road keep people from trespassing, but he doesn't seem to care about the heavy rain. On the contrary, he looks like he's enjoying the rain and walks quite slowly. Afraid of waking up the sleeping forest, he barely makes a sound. However, the liquid inside his bag is dripping more and more, and nearly the whole bag is stained. Man in black. What am I going to do with it? People may notice me if I'm not doing something about it. It's really difficult to bring the whole thing back. Or is it really difficult to bring the whole thing back? The man's abrupt words break the silence, but he's alone, so nobody hears or responds. His cold voice is drowned out by the sound of the rain. Man in black. It's not okay to bring back the whole body this time. Man in black. I'm going to dispose of it here. Blurting out these words, the man in black throws the bag on the ground heavily. A muffled sound is heard. Only a soft object bumping into hard ground could make such a sound. More and more liquid oozes out due to his violence. The man becomes impatient and unpacks the bag rudely. A human body suddenly comes out. It's a beautiful girl who is lifelessly packed into that bag. She looks like she's sound asleep. Neither the pouring rain nor the man's violent throw can wake her up. The unknown liquid is from her body. It keeps oozing. Her body is covered by the thick colored liquid. The liquid is her blood. She lost excessive amounts of blood and died. The man stares closely at the girl. She's such a beauty, but she is lying in a pool of blood. Man in black. Poor girl. Smiling, he draws a sharp knife from his waist. His cold eyes, reflecting the moonlight, are somehow very clear. He slowly bends down and points the knife at the girl, with his eyes filled with contempt and indifference. Okay. Do you mean the person actually writing or the person speaking, Dylan? His knife flashes under the moonlight. The girl's fair skin is cut open and blood comes gushing out like a spring. She, however, is as quiet as a doll. If she were alive, she would not have been able to stand the pain. The gash on her body continues gushing with blood, staining his face and body. He dips his finger into her blood and sucks it. Ew. Damn vampire. Man in black. Delicious, it's such a pity not to bring it all back. Okay. Well, I figured I'd ask because obviously I'm narrating and speaking the story. Man in black. But I can't risk being spotted, so I'll leave it here. The good thing is I'm actually expecting that this time. With another flash, he cuts off a piece of flesh from her. It's such a brutal cut, more cruel than ever, that exposes her organs and causes them to scatter all over. Man in black. Okay, it's enough. He looks at the tender flesh from the girl and glances at her broken body. Man in black. It doesn't even matter if people see her. Who will be the first to find this poor thing? I really want to know. Ha ha ha. Her body hasn't decayed when it's found. Her flesh will still be edible. The man in black bursts out in cold and harsh laughter before quickly running into the depths of the forest. The footsteps once again break the silence in the forest. He soon disappears in the distance. The poor dead girl is still lying in the cold water with her skin washed pale by the rain. Okay. The Day We Cease to Live. Chapter 1, Dark Nightmare. Okay then. I need some coffee. I'm alone in a strange and gloomy corridor and can't remember how I got here and what happened to me. The corridor stretches on ahead of me, winding and endless. There are countless doors to the dark rooms on the sides of the corridor. The air is filled with the suffocating smell of blood that seems to come from those dark rooms. I keep walking in the corridor and stay away from those rooms. I've never been here before. The smell of blood is everywhere in the corridor. What is this place? What is inside those dark rooms? It scares me to think about it. The only thing I want to do is go through the corridor and leave this place as soon as possible. Okay. The sound of cold objects colliding, accompanied by the sound of liquid splattering, can be heard unceasingly in the corridor. These sounds creep me out. A little bit, actually. What exactly is in here? Where is the smell of blood coming from? I have no idea where those sounds are from. What has happened or is happening in those rooms? Could they be the places where a psychopathic murderer dismembers bodies and stores them? Ideas like this can make me very fearful. I'm aware of how chilled and fearful I feel, even though the corridor isn't all that cold. I'm afraid something bad may happen to me if I don't leave right now. I increase my pace and walk towards the end of the corridor. I don't know how long I've been walking. I just focus on the path ahead. It seems to take forever to go through the corridor. Well, it's supposed to have other characters, but I think it's like another kind of slow start game, so... When I look around, I find myself in a different place. I can tell that I didn't stay put or keep going around in circles. At first I was able to see sunlight through the windows of the corridor. Now it's pitch dark outside the windows, so I can tell that I've been walking for a long time. But the long time I've spent walking has all been in vain, as up to now I'm still trapped in this endless corridor. I came up with the idea of leaving this place through the window, but when I opened it, the only thing I saw was dazzling sunshine. Everything I'm looking for, flowers, plants, trees, buildings in the ground, is nowhere to be seen. I don't know how high I am off the ground. Normally, no matter how high the floor is, flowers, plants, and buildings on the ground can still be seen. However, looking out from the window here, I saw nothing except the deep blue sky and golden sunshine. I keep wondering how it is possible as I look outside the window. I don't dare to think about what might happen to me if I jump out of the window, so I have to give up on the thought and stare ahead and keep walking. As long as I don't stay put or retrace my steps, I eventually will get to the end of this corridor. Although the corridor isn't straight, it is the only road in sight. I have two choices. One is to go forward and the other is to turn back. However, going in a walled-up room is pointless and beyond discussion. So I believe that I can reach the end if I go along. I stop unconsciously and smell a much stronger scent of blood. The smell is too strong to breathe, but nothing happens around me. Suddenly, the faded fear clutches at me even more strongly. Could it be that I've come to the storage place where the dismembered body is being kept? Or is it the place where a murderer is going on? Suppressing this horrible thought, I find the cold sweat breaking out on my forehead. The sweat deepens my fear. I stand in the middle of the corridor stiffly and watch the surroundings closely. Suddenly, a cold and sharp sound is heard in the quiet corridor. Besides the sharp noise, the sound of a liquid splattering and a girl's scream can also be heard. The scream fills every corner of the corridor. At that moment, the room seems to tremble. After the scream dies down, the corridor returns to a state of terrified silence, just like nothing ever happened. I find myself trembling from the shock and fear. I was able to determine where the scream came from. It came from the room beside me. What happened in there? Judging from that scream, it's natural to think about the brutal murder of that girl. The cruel scene of dismemberment of that girl emerges in my mind. My fear is reaching its limits. What should I do? Alright, I'll let Dylan, you and Ox decide. Should I enter the room, which will probably get me killed, or should I continue going forward? While I take a drink of my drink. What should I do? Oh. Good, I'm really glad you agreed with me. Let's go forward. Achievement unlocked, a difficult decision. Sorry, Ox, you're too late. I better not go into that room. Maybe something terrible is in there. Maybe I may be killed if I go in. I'd rather leave here as soon as possible than look for the poor girl. Therefore, I decide to go along and find the exit as soon as possible. What? I see a girl's figure when I look ahead into the corridor, but it disappears immediately. Someone is indeed here. Judging from that figure, it must be a girl. If so, the sound I heard earlier makes sense. What happened to her? I must chase her down. Oh no! No, dumbass! No! I'm on full gear to run towards the end of the corridor, for there's not only an exit, but also a mysterious girl there. Take your time, Box. Thunder blasts outside the room and it begins to rain. If I can't get out soon, things will get messier. The strong lightning helps me see clearly which room the girl goes in. She must know the way out. Okay, I must chase her down and clear my doubts. I rush to that room. No! I clearly saw that girl disappear into the room. I can't be wrong this time. My character's so stupid. I take a deep breath and open the door. I didn't intend to run towards the demon. I didn't really get much choice in the matter, Dylan. How? What the hell? I'm shocked by the bloody scene. The whole room is covered in blood, which I have never seen. The strong smell of blood tests my limits. I start feeling sick. I throw up badly. As miserable as I am, I still don't want to leave until I find that girl. I feel much better after vomiting most of the stuff out of my system and pull myself together to look at the room. Or to closely look at the room. Blah. Then suddenly I see... Nanami? Are you Nanami? The girl is Nanami Shio, whom I knew since childhood. Nanami is fun to say, though. I'm a little embarrassed to call her my childhood sweetheart. She doesn't seem to recognize me and stands there at a loss. I can't help wondering why she is here. I feel somehow completely at a loss coming here. But why is she here? I just said that, actually. Nanami Shio! I call her again loudly, and this time she responds. She slowly turns to me. But her look is full of fear. I feel cold and stiff when she stares at me. Giggity. I don't know what to say. Nanami Shio, are you okay? What happened? She does not respond and stands stiffly. Nanami, do you remember me? I'm Aminthes. Aminthes? After I tell her who I am again, she finally talks, which comforts me a little. Yes. Nanami, what happened to you? Again, there's an awkward silence. She looks away and keeps silent. Nanami, can you answer my questions? She remains silent and still, no matter what I ask. What happened to her? She isn't the Nanami I knew. I remember she was a lovely and kind girl. Judging from her expression, she must be horrified. It's inevitable that her character would change under such an environment. People have fragile spirits and can easily be scared in a strange environment. What's more, this place is filled with blood and horrible sounds. Anyone would be freaked out easily under such circumstances. Nanami Shio may have already seen many scary scenes, judging by the expression on her face. Nanami is standing there and looking around with a disturbed expression. I finally think of a way to break the awkward silence. The smell of blood doesn't weaken, but deepens during the whole time. Nanami! I call her once again loudly, but she remains standing still. It appears that the only way of getting her out of this bloody place is by forcing her out with me. Suddenly there is a strange sound in the corridor. The scary sound creeps me out. There is no doubt that Nanami is in great shock. I can clearly see that she's trembling. I can feel the danger is approaching us. If we stay here, the real danger will befall us. Since Nanami Shio isn't injured, the smell of blood must be coming from somewhere else. I'd better check the room first. The only place that hasn't been checked is the place where Nanami is standing. So I need to approach her first. Nanami, don't move. I'll come over. No, don't come here. When I'm about to come over to her, Nanami screams at me all of a sudden. The thunder blasts again. I'm totally shocked by her scream and the sudden thunder. I flinch and I can't move one step forward. Why does it sound like they're talking about a Pokemon game now? She shriek, I flinched, I can't move. What the hell? What the heck is that? I want to step forward, but because of the fear, I can't control my legs. Nanami, don't be afraid. You'll be fine with me. Even though I say this to comfort her, I'm filled with fear too. I feel like I don't know her at all, and I have no idea what's going to happen. Nanami! I notice she's crying with tears dripping from her cheeks. She must be really scared now. I should rush over to protect her right now. Nanami, don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. I start to comfort her while moving towards her slowly. Nanami. Sometimes she doesn't strongly reject me. Instead, she stands there and cries. I promise I will take you out of here. Dude, no. In this kind of situation, you cannot promise shit to anyone. Because you're going to sit there and feel guilty and no. Don't do it. Say, I will try to help you out of here. But if you do a dumb decision, that's your own fault. That's your own screw up. She's my childhood sweetheart. I can't sit idly by without lending a helping hand. I come to her without her acknowledgement. She can't stop crying, and tears keep dripping down. Nanami's very adorable, even while crying. I suddenly have the urge to hug her and kiss her. What am I thinking at this critical moment? Now we're still in danger. My mind can't be occupied with her loveliness right now. Nanami, are you okay? I try to bring her back to reality. I grab her shoulder with one hand and pat her face with the other. Yeah. But Nanami still has no reaction. She doesn't even look at me. The sight of her helplessness tears at my heart. After wiping her tears, I start to check every corner of the room. Some deformed remains are piled in the corner behind Nanami. Whose are these? Now I'm taken aback. I find the dead four's limbs cut into pieces and their heads smashed. But judging from the cut open chest, the dead is a girl, but there's no means for me to identify the dead since her remains are a mess. Nanami must be scared by the remains. It's too much for a girl. So the scream makes sense, but even with the truth revealed, we're strongly overwhelmed by uneasiness and horror. Why is this happening? I feel sick at my stomach again after seeing the horrible scene and smelling the blood. I prevent myself from vomiting and turn my gaze at Nanami. She walks a few steps away from me without me noticing and stares at me in fear. Is she scared of me? Nanami, let's leave, okay? Nanami Shio. No. This time I don't give her the chance to refuse me. I immediately grab her hand and see blood is all over her hands. The blood on her soft hands is still warm and wet. Whose blood is this? No, don't! She finally starts talking when I'm lost in thought, but what she says really surprises me. Is she not willing to leave here, or does she hate me being around? Be good, it's very dangerous here. I'm taking you out of here right now. Although I have no idea where the exit is, I at least need to take her away from this disgusting and horrible room. Nanami. No, I won't go. Please, please! Nanami once again sheds tears. I'm confused and don't know what to do. Sorry, I don't understand. This is such a dangerous place. Amentes, please. Nanami, tell me what's wrong. I will help you. Amentes, please, kill me. What? Amentes, kill me, please. I am trapped in here. Nanami, I promise I will get you out of here. Trust me. No, I am trapped in here. So, please kill me. Nanami! Nanami, what the hell is she talking about? When asked more questions, she keeps repeating those words. It appears that I have to decide what to do on my own. Take her away or leave her? I think I need to just leave her. I need a second opinion here, buddy. I also need another drink. That is strong. Gotcha. Bye, Nanami. Nanami, you really don't want to leave here with me? No, I don't want to leave. Because it's too late. If you don't want to go with me, I have to leave you here alone. Do you want to go with me? No. Okay, then bye-bye. I regret my decision the moment I exit the room. No, you don't! Keep going! Nanami grew up with me. I can't believe I walked away on her. Although she didn't want to leave, if I insisted on taking her with me, she may have come along. Regretting my choice, I walked ahead for a really long period of time and finally make it to the end of the corridor. Outside the building is a sparse forest. The rain is pouring and the few withered trees around the building reek with an atmosphere of gloom. I suddenly want to see what the building looks like, so I turn around and look back at it. But I only see gloomy darkness and can't even see its outline clearly. The only thing I know for sure is the building is very grand. After all, I've walked forever in it. How did I come here? Who brought me here? I need to figure these out, but time is ticking away. I need to find a place to spend the night, and that creepy room isn't an option. It's better to walk ahead. I feel a little lonely. I should have taken her with me. But now it's too late. I continue walking. Nanami, sorry. You'll be fine. Please forgive me for leaving you alone in that creepy room. Nanami, I think, has already been turned into a monster by whatever the hell this is. So, dude, just... No. You saved your life. I'm still praying for Nanami and hope she's okay in that building. After a few steps, I realize I'm walking on something soft and sticky. Oh, God. I suddenly have a bad feeling. Nah, shit! I bend down immediately to check it. Why do I have a feeling I'm walking in blood? Nanami? I see her blood-stained clothes and some cut-up organs in a pile. It reminds me of the remains in that room. Nanami. Did she come to a bad end just like this? Who the hell did this? Monster. What a monster! I recall every moment I was with Nanami in that room. She was helpless and crying. Clearly she asked for my help back then, but I abandoned her there in the end. I'm such a fool, a monster, Nanami. I could have saved her. My indifference killed her. Sorry, Nanami. I'm sorry. Standing in the rain, I feel deep regret. I burst into tears. Dude, there's nothing you could have done. She would not come with you. It was her own fault. When I wake up, I am wet with cold sweat. Opening my eyes, I see neither the gloomy and winding room nor the sparse forest under rain. I'm so relieved to find myself in my familiar bedroom. I sit on my bed and collect my thoughts. All the terrible experiences flash back in my head. Clear scenes emerge in my head. I keep sweating on the thought of horror and blood. It's okay. It was just a nightmare. Now everything is over. I keep comforting myself. Pulling open the curtains, I see tranquil and beautiful scenery, which really comforts me. With the sunlight shining in my room, my head gradually wakes up from the nightmare and all the terrible scenes fade away. Luckily, it was just a dream. It's such a relief. The dream was indeed a terrible experience. I look up to see the clock. It's 6 o'clock sharp. So early? I didn't sleep well due to the nightmare. Since I already got up, I don't want to go back to sleep. Today is the first day of vacation. I have plans with Nanami. She'll come to see me at 7. Wait, Nanami. She was the heroine in my nightmare? I'd rather call her a heroine than a close friend or childhood sweetheart. Besides her strange character and her way of talking in my dream, she was so adorable, as always. But it was just a dream rather than reality. It would be very awful. It would be awful if my nightmare became real. Still a little sleepy. I lie back in bed after talking to myself. There's 1 hour to go. What should I do now? Should I go to her house or wait for her while lying in bed? Stretchy time. Okay. Well, Manus, you've made my other decisions in this game. What do you think I should do now? While I remove my sweatshirt because I'm burning up in my closet. Actually, I think I might just open the closet for a little while. That should cool me off. Hopefully. Okay. After deciding to go to Nanami's house, I'm quickly on my way. I, after all, had a strange dream about her, and I'm still haunted by those scenes in my dream. Even though it's not real, I still feel the great pain of when I couldn't save her in my dream. I'm really concerned about her. I better see her soon. After I see her smiling face and make sure she's okay, the fear from my nightmare will be gone. I see her coming out from her home. She must have come looking for me. Hey, Nanami! Hey, Aminthes. Morning! It's rare to see Aminthes coming so early. I took that wrong. Yeah, I feel the same. You strike me as a lazy bones. You never get up early. You're mean. I came here for you. Can't you say something nice? Hehe, I'm kidding. I actually want to ask you why you got up so early today. I probably haven't gotten used to summer vacation. I'd better not talk about the nightmare with her right now. I'll find a good time to tell her later. Is that so? Weird. Yeah, tell me about it. The forest around the town is a good place to go with a light mood. I heard something, I'm not sure what the heck I heard. It's wonderful lying on the slope and enjoying the fresh air. Nanami must be looking at some odd flowers and plants. She has had a thing for various plants since childhood. Nanami Shio, who grew up with me, always asked me to come to the forest when we were little. Stay away from the forest. At first she was afraid of going to the forest alone. Besides, she had few friends of childhood and I was sort of her close friend. We hang out a lot, so the intimacy between us grows naturally. Okay, there we go. So we just keep each other company most of the time. I recalled after I went out with her a few times, I felt bored and reluctant to go. But I became accustomed to it later and had fun. We've grown up now and take to spending time like this. When we go out, I always explore the forest with her. There is no sign of fierce animals in the forest, so it is pretty safe here. I sometimes lie on the grass, enjoying the sun and coziness, and leave her studying flowers and plants. So tired. I'm gonna take a rest here. When I'm absorbed in looking at the sky, I hear Nanami's voice and turn around, finding her lying down beside me. Did you find something new? No, I'm so familiar with all the plants here. Yeah, she must be quite familiar even with rare plants after all these years hanging out with here. I'm not surprised. It's been a while since I found some new plants. Yeah, even so, you're still obsessed. Right, I'm used to it. Don't repeat what I've said. You are really into these plants and flowers and can't get enough of them. She has a unique way of studying flowers and plants. She just quietly looks at her favorite flowers and sometimes gently touches them. Why don't you pick them? I asked many times, but she refused to do so. She is too kind-hearted to hurt them. Yeah, you know me. I give in to you. I meant this. Do you want to live like this? Okay, so ellipses or I don't know. Also, And I kind of feel like I should point out that Nami's kind of like me. Like, I've even told Brett not to really get me flowers very often because I prefer for plants to be alive. He's gotten me roses once, though. I didn't complain. They were very pretty. What you think, Manus? Senor Peanut Gallery. It's like, kind of like you're making the choices, but I'm doing all the reading. The lazy person's way of gaming. I gotta love that Trina just shared my stuff for me. I guess I'm gonna go with the ellipses. You don't want to live like this? Yes, of course I do. Really? Yeah, probably. Although I don't know whether I'll be happy doing the same thing all the time. I'm fine with it. Amenthus, thank you. Why do you suddenly say that, Nanami? Because you've been tolerating me all along. You come here with me all the time, even when you are enjoying yourself, or when you're not enjoying yourself. Nanami, that's not true. Really? Something flickers across her eyes. Loss. Nanami seems a little different from other girls. She has few friends except me. At least I never see her with other peers. Even when she's with me, she doesn't have many favorite things. Whenever she suggests that we go out, we always come to the forest. When I sometimes suggest doing things that I like, she always keeps me company, even if she does not share any of my interests. Maybe the only thing that attracts her is studying flowers and plants in the forest. Oops, wrong button. I can't help but feel regret over my silence. I must have hurt her feelings. She must have realized that I share no common interests with her. Therefore she feels guilty, as well as lonely and at a loss. She must feel that way, so I can't hurt her. I really cherish our friendship. And no matter what we do together, I feel comfortable. Although, I don't know how to describe this wonderful feeling. It never bores me, so... I'm really happy to go out with you, honestly. I'm telling you I love the feeling when you are around. Nanami Shio. I will never get bored with whatever we do. So what we do doesn't matter. You don't need to care about it. Nanami, what's wrong? When I turn my head to look at her, the loss in her eyes is gone and a smile emerges. Happy now? I'm Aminthes, I'm sorry. I said something stupid. It's okay. But... what'd you say? I forgot. Could you say it again? Definitely not. Then smile. I want you to be happy. No problem. Nanami sits up and looks down at me smiling. Oh, so cute! Her smile really touches me. Faced with such a beautiful smile, I blurted out my feelings. Aminthes, what did you say? I didn't hear it. She must have missed what I said, otherwise she wouldn't have made such a detailed inquiry. But I'm too shy to say it again. Nothing. Weird. Weird? You're blushing! Are you thinking something interesting? Silly, no. I doubt that. After finishing lunch in the forest, we take a walk. We do not plan to go back to town until nightfall, so Nanami prepares our lunch before we leave. We take to having lunch in the forest. It's quite a long way from the forest to town, so we usually go back home when night falls. Nanami is now beside me. We walk side by side in the forest. Ordinary men and women may feel awkward walking together, but we've gotten used to it. Nanami Shium. Aminthes, how did you want to spend the summer vacation? Me? I don't plan on doing anything special. You didn't talk like this. Yeah, but it's true. Any plan in mind? You always have your vacation plan scheduled. Yes, that's right. Surprised you have no plans for vacation. No, Nanami, it's not a surprise. For me, I'm on vacation every day now. What? So there's no need to make plans. Aminthes, are you really giving up on your studies? Yes. Aminthes, why? Oh, she looks mad. It's my choice. No, if you give up on your studies, what's your plan for the future? I can't get out of this town anyway. You're giving up on your hopes because of a stupid reason like that? Hopes? People like us who live in this small, lonely town have no hopes. Haven't the town and people here long been abandoned by the world? Although it's had its day, now it's just a town full of memories. Only we call it the town of memories. People outside will eventually forget the town. Even if they don't forget it, nobody will come here again. Because no one's willing to choose despair and death. I shouldn't have blurted my feelings out, as I immediately regretted doing so because it's too much for people in this town. We are all abandoned without hope. My indiscreet remarks must have hurt Nanami because she strikes me as an optimistic person full of hope. She never gives up on her studies, even in times of despair. I'm such a loser in front of her. Aminthes, could you stop saying that? Sorry, Nanami. Sorry, I become easily agitated when talking about this stuff. It's okay, I can totally relate to Aminthes. Why does it not just say I can totally relate to you? Everyone in the town can totally can relate to you. But even so, we still can't give up. I'm not giving up, I'm just wondering why we can't follow our hearts to live, given the reality. We're fully aware that we can't change anything, so why not focus on having a happy life? Aminthus, I finally understand. Is it hard to accept? Not at all. It's totally your style. Aminthus, oh? You already knew my passive attitude? Yes. I'm such a loser. I'm kidding. I know what kind of person you are. Really? What you said is also planned for your future vacation. I feel it's quite odd for you to say that. Is something wrong? Yeah, if I have such a plan, I'm on my vacation every single day of my life. Yeah? I'm such a lazy bones. Manus, why do I have a feeling this is literally you and Shannon having a conversation if you were straight? I'm just gonna throw that out there. Hee, I'll call you Lazy Bones. No, call my name. Say my name, say my name. Okay, Lazy Bones, where are we going next? Wake up. Stop messing with me. Call my name. Mr. Lazy Bones. Bye-bye. I am going to catch you and make you suffer. By the way, aren't you going to change your lifestyle? How? I resume talking while walking with her, leisurely after making sure she's not been affected by our conversation. Such as give up something useless and make your life more comfortable and happy? Let me think. Think about it, it's not such a bad thing living in this abandoned town. Although we'll never have the chance to fight for our dreams, it's not out of the question to live a stable and peaceful life. Ordinary people, especially me, will settle for such an easy life. Sometimes such an easy life can set off my negative emotions, but I'm enjoying a comfortable life most of the time. People harbor conflicting ideas all the time. Everyone in the town, including Nanami, will probably have some kind of contradiction at some point. Ah! What? I'm really happy now. So I think I'm going to stream for about 5-6 more minutes. Make it a good solid hour. Then I think I'm going to stop streaming for the night. I'm not surprised. Because I know you never give up. Everything I have is very important to me, so I must cherish them. Including me. Do you cherish me? Yes. Nanami's a little shy, but still nods to respond. Even if I didn't ask her, I'd know her answer deep down. We grew up together and definitely cherish each other. I'm not surprised at your answer. I already knew it. Why'd you ask me if you already knew my answer? Why'd you ask me about my vacation plan when you already knew it? Yeah, we're both weird. Don't drag me into it, silly. You started acting weird. Don't call me silly! What did you call me? Let me think. Nanami-shia. Lazy Bones! Silly. Lazy Bones. Silly. Lazy Bones. We make fun of each other for a while. We finally forge a temporary mutual agreement as we both are a little tired. The so-called mutual agreement is I don't call her silly and she doesn't call me Lazy Bones. If other people will hear what we two were talking about, they'll laugh at us. Some hilarious conversations occur quite often whenever I am with Nanami, but we are accustomed to such situations. Even if we're not alone, we probably ignore other people's looks and are immersed in these hilarious conversations. Today, Nanami and I have arrived at a strange place deep in the forest. We have been in this forest so many times and know it very well, but this place is new to us. We haven't experienced the joy and excitement of finding a new place for so long. Let me take a look at the house. It's such a small and shabby house. I start to look around it while Nanami studies flowers and plants nearby. Based on our experiences in the forest, no buildings can be seen in most parts of the forest. It never occurred to me that a small building might be hidden in here. Who lives in it? I slowly push open the door to the house out of curiosity. Wow, it's so dark. I can't see anything in the dark room as I am used to the sunlight outside. I'd better take a good look at the house. I'll walk around carefully. Later, when my eyes grow accustomed to the darkness, I see the whole scene of the house. It's just an abandoned house. I'm a little disappointed after checking out the house. In fact, it's too shabby to live in. The roof and walls are in great disrepair, and a thick layer of dust indicates that no one's been here for a long time. Never mind, it's no use staying here. You better go out. Outside the house, Nanami's still studying the flowers and plants nearby. I will wait for Nanami to meet with me while I keep checking out the house. I find out the road behind the house is blocked. A giant withered tree is lying in the middle of the road behind the house, blocking the road completely. We can't move forward. Such a pity, we've never been to the area beyond the blocked road. I want to go forward to see what is ahead of me, but judging from the scene, it's impossible. No, it's not. You're just an idiot who doesn't know how to climb over a tree. I'd better go find Nanami instead. Mementos. Is it a street cat? Oh, it's a kitty cat! It's on the roof right there. And I'm turning around, I glance at the roof of the house and see a cat on it. It's probably a street cat. Only street cats can survive in the forest. It's on the roof, gnawing on something. For a cat living in the forest, looking for food is pretty hard. I truly admire those wild animals' ability to find food. Compared to them, humans are just too vulnerable. But I have no interest in watching a cat eating, so I'm going to leave it alone. Great, something creepy happened. Just when I look away, an unusual feeling strikes me. I once again look at the cat. I notice blood is all over the cat. My sudden fear must have come from seeing the blood. I have a strange feeling that the blood isn't from the cat, but has something to do with the food it's gnawing. Small animals can't bleed so much, but the street cat is blood-stained. I recall that there are no big animals in the forest, so what is the cat eating now? The nightmare of last night emerges in my head, and unprecedented fear is eating me. No, it's just a dream. I shake my head so hard in the hope of eliminating those scary memories. I try to find out what the cat's gnawing so as to ease my fear. I choose a good spot where I can clearly see what the cat's eating. Finally see what food it's eating. No, I probably shouldn't call it food. That cat is gnawing on a piece of human flesh. It bites fiercely into the white skin and blood keeps dripping from the torn flesh. What is it? What the hell is it? There's no sign of large animals in the forest. It's out of the question for a cat to hunt a large animal, so where did it get the flesh from? I once again focus on the flesh. White skin, soft torn flesh. I'm eager to deny all the scary speculations in my head, but I fail. Judging from the shape of the flesh, I can only think it's from... Is that from a human? My voice attracts the cat's attention. It glances at me and then focuses on its food. At this moment, the cat moves a little bit and something under it comes out. I couldn't see it clearly earlier because the cat had it all covered. Ah! A bloody broken hand is under the cat. The hand has the same tender human skin, like the flesh of which the cat is gnawing. I can still see blood dripping slowly from that broken hand. I have to admit that the cat is gnawing on human flesh rather than something else. Hey William, you probably don't want to watch this stream, by the way. What the hell? My head goes blank and then I slump down against the ground. This is a visual novel that is supposed to be a horror game. Like, so far it's pretty bad. Like, the little cat on the roof is currently eating a human hand. Which I'm getting ready to try to find a stopping point and save and stop for the night. Yeah. This is... yeah. Yeah, see you, William. Thanks for stopping in. My head goes blank and then I slump down against the ground. I go back home with Nanami speechless. My collapse frightened her just now. I finally come back to my sense after Nanami's been calling out to me for a while. Afraid that she would panic, I told her that I slumped because I fainted. Although Nanami isn't suspicious of my lies, she looks very sad as if it's all her fault. On our way back to this town, Nanami's face is filled with concern. Now, I can't attend to Nanami's care because my head is fully occupied with a terrible scene. Nanami. Amentes, how do you feel? Amentes, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were under the weather when I asked you to hang out with me. No, I'm okay, Nanami. I force myself to turn my attention to Nanami. I can't let her worry. I need to find out what's going on my own. Sorry. Nanami, I'll be mad at you if you keep saying that. Don't blame yourself. I have been in good condition. Besides, I'm very happy to go out with you. Even if you don't ask me out, I will offer to go out with you. So it's not your own fault. But I still feel so bad. Nanami, you always pin the blame on yourself. You need to stop doing this. You're spoiling me. Okay, Amentes. Feel better? Totally fine, look. Keep showing her some energetic poses, then... I gotta do it. Suddenly a prank flashes across my mind when I see Nanami's skirt. I look around to make sure we're alone. Then all of a sudden I lift her skirt. As her skirt is so short, I see everything under it. Ah! I caught her by surprise as she lets out a cry. Nanami, I saw everything. Ah! Her face is growing red because of my prank. Nanami flurries to tidy herself up. Ah! Ah! It seems that she wants to say something, but words escape her. She's so cute, so I just have to say nothing and wait for her response. Nanami, that is not cool. Amentes, are you thinking about it? What is it? I know what she means in my heart, but I plan to play the fool. That kind of thing. Like having sex. She finally talks after a long pause. Her face is as red as the ripe apple, but she really is lovely. Wake up. I did the prank to cheer her up. I need to put a stop to all the nasty things, otherwise she may be mad. No. I'm not blaming you. Why can't you tell the truth? At least I'm a boy, so it's natural for me to think about that stuff, right? It's definitely the truth which should never be told to girls easily. Yeah, you're right. Now's a good time to have an easy conversation about Nanami, relax and cheer up. I actually want to know what you're thinking about most of the time. It's a secret. You are not seriously thinking about the gay stuff, are you? I'm not a Fujoshi? The heck is a Fujoshi? I'm looking it up right now. It's a self-mockingly pejorative Japanese term for female fans of manga and novels that feature romantic relationships between men. Okay, so it's yaoi fans. Really? Kojoshi, you're not normal? At least I'm not okay with it. What a relief. Sorry? Nothing. I said nothing. But I haven't said anything yet. I already know what you're going to say. I've heard what you said. Really? How nice. Aw. So glad to see you're fresh with energy. Yeah, I just lifted your skirt. How can I be listless? Please, stop mentioning it! Hehe. Lamentes, I hope you can have a good rest. I will, don't worry. Well then, I won't come to your place tomorrow. Okay. Plan to go to the forest to conduct an investigation by myself. Don't go outside, you better stay in your room. Alright. Well, it looks like it's probably a pretty good place to stop. Let's see if I can stop here. Yep, we're gonna exit, and that's gonna be it for this stream. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here to go on this really weird journey with me. And I will try to do more as soon as I can, but with Christmas coming up, I can't promise that this game will be finished before Christmas. Pretty sure it's gonna be a lot longer than that. And unfortunately, I have to work tomorrow, so there probably won't be a stream tomorrow. But I will pick this up again at some point and continue. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.